Today we're going to walk through the different distribution options or publishing options that IMPREV offers for each of your projects. You can look at a project that you've recently created or design a new one. Either way, at the end of it, it will give you publishing and distribution options. Let's use a project we've already created. You can see your projects are outlined at the bottom in folders, whether they're going to be named by the addresses of your listings or they're custom folders you've created yourself. You can search your folders if you have a number of them to go through. You can organize them by newest to oldest or from A to Z. Let's do test projects. You can see here a number of different test projects that we've done videos or classes about in the past. One of the more recent ones is this social media personal branding exercise. We're going to click to open that one. This particular design in IMPREV has 4 distribution options. Some of them have more, but these 4 are actually the most common that you'll be using throughout your marketing within the IMPREV Design Center. We're going to walk through all 4 of these today. So let's go ahead and start with publishing to the web. Now what this one does is it creates what's called a hosted page or hosted file. It means that it lives online and can be linked to at any time. The benefit of using IMPREV to host an image or a page is that IMPREV will track the click-through rate or how many people have visited this particular image or page. Publish to web, and it'll give you some options. Choose your image options. Our recommendation is pre-selected. They always pre-select the 75%. I say go big or go home. Now, you have 2 options down here at the bottom, and they are 2 different options. The first one is publish as image. The second is publish as web page. So first, publish as image. What that will generate is a URL or a web address, like www.something.com. That'll generate that web address that goes straight to a photo file. This can be beneficial if you don't want to link to any other content or if you want Facebook to just show the photo. For those of you who are more into coding, this will generate a hosted image that you can link to within HTML. I know that's just a few of you, but these are all different options. So you can click Publish as an image. And what it has done now is given you a link. You can re-access this link at any time, so don't panic. You don't have to write this down or copy and paste it. The advanced options area give you, an HTML link is the whole chunk of code. You're not really ever going to use that necessarily. But what you could do, if you are familiar with your WYSIWYG editor for your website, and you're familiar with the HTML or the code area of your website, you could paste this straight in there. For many of you, you'll just save the photo down and put the photo into your website, just like John has taught in tech training classes. So, in short, you don't need to pay attention to the advanced options. But anyway, here's the link where it's hosted. You can also get a short URL if that's your thing. That's just another option. They go to the same place. We'll hit OK. And now, if we click on the Links and Tools button, you'll see here where we've hosted the image. If we click on it, it'll open it in a new tab, and here's the image from that project. Pretty goofy, but we had fun playing with the different text options and putting in some stock photos. We'll close that tab out. Go back to Distribute, and let's do Publish to the web again, but this time we're going to choose Publish as Web Page. What this will do will create a one-off standalone web page with the project you've created. And this may be fun if you've used the HTML email setup or the flyer. Then it's just an extra link that you could have in your email about something. You could make a small resume and have that in your footer of your emails. You could use it to send a quick version of your business card to someone. All sorts of different options. This link, you can see, won't have the .jpeg at the end because it's just an actual website page. We'll hit OK, and if you jump over here to Links and Tools, you'll see now we have 2 links, and one of them is this web page. So now it's published the image at 100% and at a web page. The image is huge. So depending on the thing that you've chosen in that first section, you may want to change it down. Let's do that now. Publish to web. Let's make it 50%. Publish as web page. And what that'll do is that'll overwrite that link we just had. You'll see here in links and tools, we still only have 2 options in here. This web page is now changed. See, it's much smaller, much more easy to read, balanced on the screen. That's pretty cute. It'll pull up pretty nice on a mobile device if you wanted to use this to create kind of a business card. Keep in mind, these image areas, you could easily use a tool like Canva or Photoshop if you have that at home, maybe even PowerPoint. I haven't really messed around with that much, but to generate photos of some general text, if you wanted to include like your phone number or things in here. Or up at the top is probably enough text for a small business card. We'll make another project out of that. That'd be fun. So, in conclusion, to publish to web, if you choose again as image or web page, it'll replace those links here. So you can make changes to your project. Let's say we want to change the wording. Let's go to text. We're going to change this to howdy. We'll hit save and continue. And it's going to remind you that you've already published this project, so you'll need to republish to make your changes visible. Just like if you were editing your website, and in preview mode, you'll have to publish to make your website live to show the changes. We'll click Publish to the Web, 50%, and Publish as Web Page. Hit OK. Go over to our links, click on Web Page. I had to refresh the page real quick. My computer has a caching issue. And you can see now that it changed it to Howdy. So this could be a website link for your business card that you change at any time. The link would never change. You could use it in the footer of your email, but then if you added designations or always wanted this to be something new, those are all different options that you could use with this. Pretty sophisticated tool. And the best part about it is it has built-in tracking. Using this little graph chart, you can see how many people have looked at it, how many unique visitors, and, it's just been us clicking back and forth, so that's why it's so low. But you can even look at daily traffic, hourly traffic, where they came from, location. Pretty sophisticated. I get excited about that kind of stuff. Let's look at the other 3 distribution options. The next 2 are pretty self-explanatory. Download a PDF, clicking on that creates a PDF. You have 3 different options. One is a high-quality web image, which we already did before through the publishing to the web, but we can also use this option too. This is an older tool that they had built into their system, and they retain it here for you to use. A commercial PDF. If you're going to be purchasing anything and you would like to use a vendor in town, we use Fayette Graphics and Southeast Print and Mail. Both of them like commercial PDFs. They mark out the crop lines and the full bleed marks. So if you create something in here and like to do that, you can download the commercial version there. Most of you won't be using the commercial version though. You will be using the standard PDF version. And they've highlighted it in red there for you. By clicking download, it'll pull up this instruction box. You'll want to follow the instructions. Left click on the link above and a new window or tab will open. For many of you, it will open up the PDF in the browser window and you'll need to save it to your computer. That's what this little download button's for. It'll ask where you want to save it usually, or it'll put it straight into your download file. Let's choose desktop, hit save, and you can see here that it's downloaded the PDF. If we click open, there it is. We'll hit OK because we've managed to do that successfully. The third one is to download an image. Give it a second to load and you'll see that the download has already begun. And that in our downloads folder right here, we've downloaded a JPEG image that we can re-upload onto Instagram or Facebook or any number of options, into an email, attach it to a text message. All of these steps work on your mobile devices as well as on your desktop computer. The fourth and final option that I'd like to show you today is a share on Facebook option. Now, unfortunately, IMPREV is still a little behind with the times, but they're working on catching up. When you click on Publish to Facebook, the only option it will give you is to publish to your personal Facebook page, which many of you in my class have known. I much prefer that you use a professional page rather than your personal account. However, to each their own, and however is best to reach your clients is the best way to do it. Now then, if we did this option, I'm going to choose 100%, and I'm going to say Publish as an image. You can use web page or image. Either one should render fairly well on Facebook. A title for your post is just information that goes into the post. We'll hit OK. And it'll make a little pop-up for Facebook. So you can see here it's jumped over to Facebook itself and this pop-up. Now most of the time over here on the left-hand side there's an option to say put on a page you manage. You can see that that is not in this modal window, and that's because IMPREV is using a slightly older version of the Facebook API, but they hope to update soon. So let's use this as a test. Personal brand 1, the image will show up, and let's say, remember to call on me for your real estate needs, and post to Facebook. Now, let's jump over to Facebook and see where that ended up. So see, you can see that the image showed up here, posted to my personal account. There's my husband and my nephew. They're so cute. So here's the image. We would like that to go onto our professional page. So let's click the share button for that post and the share ... or share ellipsis. And now see, it gives us the share on ... options. We'll choose share on a page we manage, and then we'll scroll down here to my page. Most of you should just have one page that shows up here. Remember, make sure that your professional page shows up in this box and in this drop-down box. And then you can say something. Howdy, back to school. Be safe boarding the school bus. And hit post. Let's go see what that looks like. Swanky enough, it looks just like I posted it directly to my professional page. It removes the reference to my personal page. It added the actual information that I wanted to right here. And then if you'd like, you can go back and you can delete this one from your personal account. If you want. You're not required to. But that is an option. Oh, you can see where I tested that earlier. Let's go forward again, hit refresh, and you can see that our post on our professional page is still there, but that we were able to remove that from our private page. Now, that's a little bit of a pain and just a workaround for now, but for those of you that are active on Facebook, especially on your professional profile, boosting your business, this is a fairly simple way to get that content on there quickly. And those are the 4 distribution options. Again, links and tools found over here, and that's your hosted website, your hosted image, and your hosted web page for this project. If you ever edit the project, you'll want to re-click on these distribution buttons to update the links. And I think that is it for today about publishing your projects. Thank you to all of you who attended class, and we'll look forward to talking again about the IMPREV Design Center soon.